Hi, teacher. I'm sorry I'm a little bit late for this class, but I brought you a bottle of green tea. Hello, what? Are you kidding me? Bottle of green tea? It's a bottle of green tea. By the way, when I came to that coffee shop, there was this guy. Stop. When you what? To a coffee shop? Do you mean when you went, arrived, or got to the coffee shop? You arrive at a place or get to a place. Oh my god, I can't believe she's not embarrassed to speak English. So when I arrived at a coffee shop, you're talking about a specific coffee shop, right? The one that you just went to buy this tea. So the coffee shop. All right, never mind. Let's just start the class. Oh my god, she's not that mean in reality. That teacher that I'm portraying here. Welcome guys, welcome to another video. Let's talk about mistakes in English. I don't know if you guys saw my shorts with this mean teacher character. She's actually performing pretty well on YouTube. One of her videos got 14 million views, and it's just, it's interesting to discover those parts of me, those hidden parts. But also, I really hope that you never get a teacher like her, because she's so discouraging and so full of herself that the whole process of learning a new language becomes really daunting and not as exciting as it was supposed to be. English is this amazing language that is spoken by so many people. More non-native speakers speak English than there are native speakers. So there are different ways you can speak English. You can speak English with American accent, you can speak English with British accent, you can speak English with Indian accent. You can have different words for a particular object. It's just so amazing how diverse the language is. And the thing is, a lot of people speak English with mistakes. A lot of native speakers make mistakes. A lot of English teachers also make mistakes, and it's okay because this is how the language works. Let's take me for example. I've started learning English when I was 4, but I spent 25 years in Russia. Russian is the language that I use to talk to my parents, my husband, my kids, 70% of my team. So most of my life happened and is still happening in Russian. And there is one thing about the Russian language. We do not use articles. And I've been omitting them my whole life. This is king bed, and it's called Kumon, Japanese system. There is Indian accent, there is Chinese accent. Second website that I wanted to recommend is, it is a research project by University of Cambridge. I remember when I came to the UK at the age of 16, I really asked my friend to point out mistakes that I was making because this is the way you improve. But he was like, no, Marina, I don't want to discourage you. Your English is perfect. But I was like, come on, give me that mistake. Talk about that one mistake that I keep making. Talk about the one that stands out for you. And he said, you do not use articles. You never use a, you never use the. And I know that. But there is this thing with all the language learners, and comment down below if you have this thing. You know the right way. You've learned all the rules. But then when you're speaking a language, you still make those mistakes. And it's actually fine, because you know what you're doing? You're using your language in a conversation, which means you're not focused on thinking about every single word. Because if you do that, if you focus on not making any mistakes, then you won't be able to speak English. And this is the problem that so many students out there have, because they might have had a teacher who was pointing out their mistakes over and over again. Maybe they consumed discouraging content on YouTube that was focused on mistakes in a really toxic way. But I want to tell you one thing. I've spent 6 years in the US among native speakers, and there were really just a few times where my English was really tested. Yesterday, I took my citizenship test to become a US citizen. And they tested my English just by asking me things and asking me to write down a sentence. And I was allowed to make mistakes, by the way. It's okay if you want to become an American citizen and you make mistakes in English, then of course your TOEFL, IELTS, or GMAT exam and the amount of mistakes that you're gonna make will affect your score. And yes, this is legit, right? But your daily life, your professional life is not a test. And my goal here is to encourage you to speak English as much as possible, to make as many mistakes as possible, because this is the only way for you to become fluent in English. There has been some criticism of my English language on YouTube, and I know some of you guys asked this question, and you know, when I look up to someone, when I consume somebody's content on YouTube, I really want them to be transparent about what's going on in their life, whether it's professional, private, and when something major happens, I really want to hear their thoughts, and I really want to be transparent with you guys. When somebody points out my mistakes and also, you know, calls me a fraud or whatever, of course, my first reaction would be, you know, I'm angry, I want to shut down, I don't want to talk to anyone because I'm disappointed. Because, you know, I've spent 28 years learning a language, 6 years in the US using English every day. I took TOEFL twice, I took part in all of the competitions, and I still make mistakes. And like, I asked myself what my next step should be. And I have this person who's my mental health coach, and she told me this amazing thing, and I really want you to remember this thing, because the whole point of this video is to show you once again that mistakes are okay, show you thing number 2, and this is my takeaway from my coaching session. When you don't know what to do, like maybe you've been learning English for 10 years or 15 years and you're stuck, you can't speak it, you can't use it, and you're like, should I stop? At this moment of time, you need to think about your brightest moments in your professional or personal life, whatever you're learning English for. What did you feel in those moments, and what kind of feeling led you to those moments? And when I was doing this coaching session, I was talking to this coach, and I was like, my brightest moments were when I was hosting EduCon in New York this year, when I was on the cover of Glamour Bulgaria magazine, when I was on a billboard. And she was like, what were the feelings? I said I was happy, I said I was excited, and the feelings that led me to these events were actually happiness, excitement, desire to talk to people about English, about American culture. And she said, Marina, these are the feelings that are giving you your best life, that are leading you to your best life. Feelings like anger, sadness, being mad, it's all okay. But do not make any decisions or any actions that are based on those feelings. Take a break, get back to yourself, and act out of the feelings that drive you. And this is what I did. This is what I'm doing. I am here for you with my imperfect English, with my mistakes, and my huge enthusiasm to inspire you to learn a language and to use it as your instrument and improve your daily life, succeed in your career, and become whoever you want to become. And thing number 3 that I wanted to focus on in this video, I wanted to address non-native speaking teachers. Again, I learned most of my English back in Russia. All of my teachers were Russian speakers. Did they make mistakes? Of course they did. Did that have any effect on how inspiring they were? Not at all. And there is this lady on YouTube, her name is Hadar, and she's an English language teacher, and she made a video to support me. And there was one of the comments from a non-native speaking teacher who said she got bad feelings after watching those videos criticizing my mistakes. So for all of you non-native speaking teachers, you are inspiring and teaching millions of students who are going to change their lives thanks to English. And I want you to continue that journey. It happens all the time in our lives when, you know, we get negative comments, when we get criticism. I think it's really important to focus on what really drives you. And as a student who spent over 15 years learning English with non-native speakers, I would love to thank you for making this your career. And if you need more inspiration to continue learning English, here are a couple of videos of students who watch this channel and who use my videos to improve their language skills.
Hi Marina, hi everyone. I'm Anushka and I'm from India. I'm 15 years old. And I'd like to thank you very much for all your efforts. You've been a part of my English language journey since the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic. Because English is becoming a lingua franca, I reckon that it's quite crucial for my future. And you've been a great help here. I think my English level has upgraded a lot, so thank you so much again. I hope you have a great future. Good luck.
Hi there, I'm Nikki from Argentina, and I really wanted to thank you for all the work you've been doing in teaching English online. I remember when I just started learning English, I was unmotivated and I just felt like quitting, but you inspired me to not give up and to keep going because you were living proof that you can achieve fluency even if it's not your native language. And nowadays, I started my own podcast, my own business, everything in English, and I connected with like-minded people and made connections with people from all around the world, which is something that I always wanted to do, and now I can do it because I can speak English. So thank you so much, and I know I wouldn't be here without your channel, so thank you so much.
Hi Marina, I am from Panama, and thank you. I just wanted to say thank you for all the things that you have done for me. I have been struggling with tenses since I started learning English, but recently I bought one of your handbooks and I really love it. It is so easy to understand, and with your help now I'm more confident to talk English with others, and I'm not afraid to make mistakes. Thank you, Marina. I send you lots of love from Panama. Bye.
If you want to be featured in one of my videos and if you want to practice your English in front of a camera, please hit a link in the description box and send me that video. There's a good chance I would feature you in my upcoming videos. I wanted to wrap up this video by saying that whenever you do something that is not typical for your community, whenever you do something that is different, you're gonna get criticized. You're gonna get this backlash from people who are surrounding you, and it's totally fine because sometimes they're also protecting you. Like if you tell your parents that you want to move to a new country and they say no, that's only because they want to protect you and because they don't want any extra worries. And you just need to understand it and also understand that you are the one who's creating your life. You are the one who's building your reality. Thank you guys so much for watching this video up to the very end. Thank you so much for your ongoing support, for your positive comments. You make this community one of the best communities in the world. And I promise you to stay true to you and true to my passion, true to my mission, to continue spreading excitement about learning English. Thank you so much. Please subscribe to this channel and share this video with all of your friends who are afraid to speak. See you soon. Bye-bye.